20 minutes behind.
Yeah, no, we good. Let's run it.
All right. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Neue.Indie.
What's going on, everybody?
Let's go. All right, y'all. We back in the building. Same time, same place. Frank, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Very busy week, man. But
yeah,
we pushing through it. You all right?
Very busy week, but we pushing through it. I like it. Yeah, I think I just feel like I feel like the whole rest of the year is just gonna be not a wash, but just it's just gonna be packed. Yeah, because I'm behind on stuff that I was already behind on, and I was like more stuff that's kind of like in the mix. And again, it's just I'm learning my lesson. It's just I took over too much, too quick, got too ambitious, all good stuff. But it's just like, yeah, you just finna be locked in. Also, because I'm also doing an album rollout, so there's just a lot that goes into that whole thing with a small team and. You know, being ambitious with that as well. Like I was showing you some visuals I was working on earlier.
Yeah.
And tough. I'm the one doing them. You know what I mean? So it's just, I got hit up by another company today to work on some new tracks. For some, yeah, man. It's a lot of great stuff, but you know, you just got to learn how
to manage it.
And I like to pride myself that I can, you know, time manage really well, but I'm just
right.
This is just not the season for me.
I mean, it's only 24 hours in a day, bro. Like,
yeah,
I get it. I get that 100%. Yeah. I've been having, which is really crazy. I've been having Claude, like, I'll wake up, I'll tell it everything I got to do, what time I want to be done.
Yeah.
And I say, realistically, just plan my day out, and it will do it, and I just follow it to a T, because otherwise. I'm gonna lose my mind, bro.
Yeah, dog.
So I get it. I get that.
Well, we're not talking about time management today. Today we're talking about what are we talking about?
Yeah. Which is a good segue. It's a good segue, actually.
Take away the money, take away the fame, take away the followers. What's left? Would you still make music if you weren't being paid? That's what we're talking about today. It's a topic
out of pure enjoyment. Would you continue to make music and find happiness in doing so?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember like the last time I did music and there wasn't like a business agenda tied to it.
Which is a great discussion, because it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Since I was doing just music for the love of it.
Yeah.
We still kind of do music for the love of it, but that's a real question. That's real.
Yeah, the lines just get blurred when you start pursuing the music business versus creating for just it's the pure enjoyment of it. You know what I mean? Like the creative release. I guess both could be true.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about it today.
Yeah, I love that.
Also, we live, man. I mean, we always go live, but this is a different version of live. We got people in
the room with us.
In a room, and I think actually might just be. Oh, hold on, we got K. Lewis in the building. JPL, what's up, JPL? I don't know if we got if you're live with us. Let us know in the chat. Let us know where you rocking from. Let us know if the audio looks good. I think the videos are still a little blurry on my end because I got squirrels on hamster wheels powering my internet. So that's why y'all.
That's
anyway,
crazy.
Hard times over here.
Hey, I got a squirrel farm. That's nuts.
That was a bar though.
Hey, that's crazy, bro.
You said a squirrel farm, but you didn't realize you did that.
I didn't even know what I did.
You didn't even realize you did that.
Ooh, that's actually fire, bro. Come on.
But what the hell?
All right, man. Yeah, we're gonna try to. This is like a test run. We're gonna try to figure out the video.
Yeah.
If you're watching a replay of this on YouTube,
Forgive
obviously,
us.
the video is going to be great on YouTube. The streaming, we're still trying to figure out. But no matter where you're
Yeah.
watching, we just appreciate you being in the building.
Yes.
Yeah, just
Thank
rocking
you.
with us. We love you. And we hope to keep bringing you some good value as we just, act like we know what we're doing in this whole podcast world. But we having fun, y'all. Hopefully y'all
Yes,
have been enjoying
sir.
it too. I see JPL LA in the building. What's up?
What up?
K
What
Lewis.
up?
K Lewis, I know he's Florida boys in the building, so
Let's go.
we had some fun. All right. What we got lined up for some of these segments? In music business news, the music industry is dead, or so they say. And we this was a reel that we came across from Demiza. Good old Demiza. He got a lot of stuff.
Bro. He never fails, bro.
Nah, man. So we came across this reel. He was talking about some of the numbers behind the music industry, and they might surprise you because a lot of people feel like, I don't say a lot of people, but there's a opinion out there that music industry is just dead, sinking.
Just dying.
We out here just making music for pennies, and we're getting taken advantage of, and AI is going to replace us. Music industry is dead, so they say.
So they say.
We'll talk about that. Film and entertainment news. Got a star-studded cast in Children of Blood and Bone, which we didn't get a chance to talk about last time, so hopefully we get a chance to talk about it over.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It looks dope.
Yeah, it's very Black Panther-esque from just the.
It is. It is I wouldn't call it a black film, but it's Black Panther-esque for sure.
It's a lot of black folk in it, so it's a black film.
Yeah,
right? That's the prerequisite. That's how you define it.
That's the prerequisite, right?
If you got 90% black folk in there, it's a black movie. Anyway, culture and tech news. What is it? Japan is, I guess Japanese creators, they created a drone backpack that makes it so that you're weightless. So it's I think I pinned this earlier today in our group chat or whatever.
And I thought it was pretty dope. It was super dope. I'm gonna love to talk on that.
Dog had like a big fan over him, and he was just jumping like Mario underwater. He like Mario underwater in that level,
bro.
And he's out here dunking and stuff like that. So
yeah, bro. If you got hoop dreams,
Japan got you.
It's possible now, yo. Japan got you.
All right, in gaming news, T-Pain confirmed his involvement in GTA 6.
Yes, dog.
It seems on brand for him too, because he's been getting heavy in the streaming world. Yeah. I'm so curious, man. Like how music in GTA is going to look this go round.
Well, I think the rumor was like T-Pain has his own radio station, which this kind of pushed towards those rumors. Yeah. And I think they're going to add in a little bit more control when it comes to music, and you can kind of curate the music that you have in GTA 6, which is about to be crazy.
Yeah, that's dope. All right, so we're going to talk about that. And then lastly, we got some sync news. Oldie but goodie. Mr. Vince Staples. He is probably one of the most, or at least at a point, he was one of the most vocal about making music specifically for TV and film. And I know, I haven't seen this particular reel, but I think I know what it is, about how he just created an album in view of licensing, like trying to get as many placements as he can from over
100%. Yeah.
So
in lieu of if you haven't seen last week's episode, go check that out. But just seeing where an artist is using their artistry to then, still be an artist, but then tying in sync, I think he's the blueprint for it. So I'm excited to see that reel as well.
Yeah. No, let us know in the chat which one of these segments I guess is most interesting for you all. Yeah, like what caught your attention? Let us know in the chat. We were talking a little earlier. How you been feeling, Mr. Bentley? How's life been? How's the daughter been? How's wifey been?
Daughter has been running the show, bro. My son is chill. I mean, he's pretty self sufficient. But I have a 2-year-old. She turns 2 this Thursday.
Yeah.
And she's running the show right now. Terrible Twos are in full effect. And
Okay.
I stay here and I work in my studio, but then I got the kiddos. So luckily she's down for a nap. So that's when I can take a break and, come hop on here. But she, she decided to beat me up a little bit. But other than that, I can't
Got him!
facts. I can't complain, bro. I'm probably at an 8 this week. Things have still been getting done as hectic as they have been, and the family is good, so can't complain. How about you, bro?
Yeah, I think I'm similar boat, better than last pod for sure. Still feeling the pressure of everything, with a lot of the projects we got in the mix. So just getting a better handle on that. But I have been, honoring my cutoff time. Like yesterday, it was, I think it was around 3-4 o'clock. I just, shut everything down.
So
hung
hard
out
to do.
with the family. Yeah, it's tough to do, especially when you got, you just feel like you're behind. You know what I mean? You just
man.
The temptation is always work more. You got more hours in the day. Keep going, like just maximize it. But I've personally tried to, as much as I can, just make it a discipline to, hey, honor the time, like just trust that the things that need to get done will get done, and we don't need to work anxiously. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's always what's the word I'm looking for? There's always exceptions, for every situation, every season. But for me, I'm like, I need to chill out a little bit because it's affecting my mental health a little bit.
I hears that, bro, and that's the most important part.
Yeah, man. So we good. Yeah. We good. Let's how y'all been doing in the chat too? Y'all still there? I don't know who's still kicking with us. I know people kind of slide.
Yeah, it look like people still in there, which is great. Let us know how y'all been doing. We would love to hear y'all stories.
Yeah.
Any questions?
All right. We're gonna get into. Is it okay? Actually, this is the heat check. Are we doing the heat check?
Heat check.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Heat check. All right. This one was actually one of our. I think she's still a Rep.Indie member, Miss Lene Monet. Shout out to her. But she had a post that I thought was pretty dope, and it got me thinking. And the post said, name a 10 out of 10 album with no skips. 10 out of 10 album with no skips. It's like, what's that one perfect album for you? What was that, Frank? Do you got it?
I gotta think about that. 10 out of 10, no skips.
When the last time you listened to a whole album all the way through? It's probably Drake. Maybe
Drake's
Drake's
3 albums.
Yeah. 10 out of 10.
So crazy.
Let me ask you this too. All right, hold on. Go ahead. What you gonna say?
Yeah. No. What was you gonna say?
Well, I was gonna ask you, like, maybe what was just favorite albums, like in general, like what's your favorite. But I do want to press you to see, like, what's been just like, yo, this is a no skips. Like, this is my joint. You know what I mean?
2014 Forest Hill Drive. No skips. 10 out of 10.
I'm not mad at that. What was the
for me? I could pull up. Let's pull up the discography.
That's what I'm trying to like. Yeah. Hold up.
That's what's gonna work.
J. Cole. That was a solid album.
Yeah.
It's probably the only J. Cole album I've listened to. Listened to from top
all
to
the
bottom,
way through,
multiple times through. Because I used to have that on CD. Yeah. So Wet Dreams, Adolescence, Tale of Two Cities. That was Fire Squad.
Tough.
Get off my
Saint Tropez.
No Role Models. Hello. I used to love Apparently.
Hello. Apparently is dope. Yeah. Love Yours is, come on, bro. And then Note to Self. Yeah.
So this is no skips for you. This is no skips.
There's no skip. I'm looking right now, and if you play it from top to bottom, I ain't skipping a single one.
Yeah.
Okay. That's just my J. Cole bias there.
I was going down the rabbit hole to try to, because that's hard to, like, an album that has complete, like, even some of my favorite artists, I'll skip certain records. Like, okay, so Outkast was super influential for me early on. From like the Stankonia joint, the Aquemini, you know what I mean? I think AT Aliens was a little too early for me, so I didn't sit with that one enough. But
yeah,
I was on Aquemini and I was on like Stankonia, stuff like that. But Outkast just got some of them like left field joints where it's just like, all right, cool, yeah, I was on one, but it's probably not something I replay a lot.
right,
You know what I mean?
for sure.
So the albums that come to mind for me was I used to listen to the Fugees, the score, like top to bottom a lot. I used to listen to actually Jay-Z's Blueprint.
Interesting.
Jay-Z's Blueprint. I was on a walk just for this particular this particular post that I saw. I was like, what are those records for me that I'm like are no skill? I also got some left field ones that are non-hip hop, but yeah, I was looking at Jay-Z Blueprint and just going back through the discography. I was like, I feel like this is a no skip album for me. And it had and I see why the Blueprint was a Blueprint. I was like, it's a strong album for the time that it came out. And I do think it's probably one of them albums like you kind of had to be there, but for me, it's one of those ones.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. That's a good list. I seen somebody also put My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy as a no skip. Now, in terms of non-hip hop, what would do you have a non-hip hop 10 out of 10 album? I got one in my mind right now.
I got some. Maybe they're not as random. Aaliyah's album, self-titled Aaliyah, like that is one album I can listen to from top to bottom without skipping. And also A. Marie's album is another one. I know
really?
Like mad random, yeah. Those two, yeah. There was a time like maybe 2-3 years ago, I could not stop listening to A. Marie. Like I had her album on repeat for like a month or two straight. Like every song was in my head. Like, yeah.
And she at the time she was also doing like a lot of live arrangements, like live instruments in her records, which I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, well, I know that one of her biggest record, One Thing, and
bro,
it had that, and that's like the Crazy in Love type vibe. Well, she did that first, and then we got Crazy in Love, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
And A. Marie actually borrowed like a DC sound because it's very go-go like that. If you came up in a DMV area, DC, like go-go is the song of not song, but the genre of choice. Like you go to any cookouts or whatever, like they're playing go-go music. So I kind of grew up on that. And when that record dropped, I just felt at home. And they did it really, and it's like the first time you really heard go-go commercial like that. And then you got, Beyonce doing it. And then even Ty Tribbett got a go-go inspired type.
Yeah, he do, which is crazy.
Yeah. So
which is dope. Hey, a sleeper for me, and this is probably my last 10 out of 10. John Bellion's The Human Condition album.
Yeah.
Has zero skips.
I gotta listen to that. I feel like I've heard it before, but it wasn't like
bro, it's one of the most what's so crazy and what makes it a non-skip for me, he takes all of the records and then on the very last song, he mashes every chorus that's on the previous songs into one. And it's masterful. No skips, John Bellion.
JPL said Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder. Nah, that's my wife has been heavy on Stevie Wonder recently. I think he's about to go on tour too.
Really?
Yeah.
See, Stevie don't miss though at all. So it's like,
nah, man.
I can't even argue with that at all.
You know who else? I didn't realize this. Like Earth, Wind and Fire as well. I'm trying to remember which album it was, but I didn't realize how much I liked Earth, Wind and Fire. I have a whole 70s and 80s like playlist, and if you ask me, maybe I'll share it So if you want that playlist, somebody hit me up in the comments. I'll share it with you because it's solid. Hey. I got a ton of joints on there. But this, hold on, what's the name of this album they did? It's called the I Am album. It's got well, I won't go through all that, but anyway, maybe is it that one? Maybe that I just like a song from that one. But anyway, Earth, Wind and Fire, another group that I like. I think it's just a 10 out of 10 for me. But
dope.
Anyway,
that's dope. Yeah, I gotta. You know, we fire for us to. I mean, put it in a playlist, and we put the top stuff on there, and we have like a playlist for people to. So put your favorite songs in the comments.
I like that.
We'll give it a listen. That'd be dope.
I like that. All right. Where we want to go next? Get the energy up a little bit.
Yeah. A part of me is, we did the heat check already.
Yeah.
Do we want to save the topic for the end and just go into all the segments? So we can.
Let's ask the chat. Hey, what y'all want to do?
Ask the chat.
Y'all want us to go into the segments we dropped at the top, or y'all want us to go into the segment, which is, if you weren't making money from your music, would you still be making music? Or we got a slew of segments.
Yeah. Let's see. We still got people in here. If y'all can hear us, let us know.
All right. Well, hold on. See, JPL said yes, sir. Which one y'all want to do? The segments or the main topic? Segments or the main topic? What y'all thinking? Let me just cue up. We got would you still make music if you weren't being paid? You know what? Let's go on. Let's maybe do the half and half like we did last time.
Bet, let's do it.
All right.
That sounds good.
Yeah. So this first segment we're getting into, is the music business over? Do y'all think the music business is over? Inquiring minds want to know. I hope not, because I get my money. Because I feed my family. I 1,000 hold on. Let's see what the music got to say about this one.
Reinvent them.
Here we go. Oh, shoot. Hold on. I hate when it does that.
You know, I hate to get on my soapbox, but look at everything they told us was done and over. CDs, U.S. sales are up 16% this year. Physical music, nearly 46% of Gen Alpha says they listen to CDs or vinyl. Movie theaters,
crazy,
for the first $10 billion domestic box office since 2019. Radio still owns 62% of all ad-supported audio listening in America. I mean, here's what I've learned after 40 years in this business. Don't mistake fat, rich, and lazy propaganda for the end of an industry or a brand. I mean, I've heard it my entire career. The music business is dead, as Napster happened. Hip-hop is over, as the pop explosion with NSYNC and Britney Spears took over. Every generation thinks the previous one is finished until it comes back. But great ideas in industries don't ever die. They adapt. Artists reinvent themselves. Brands reinvent themselves. Formats reinvent themselves. And I believe the next great comeback is just right around the corner. And I bet it's radio, because that's the only one left. Not the old radio, a new version where personalities matter again. AI handles the repetitive work, digital extends the reach, and DJs evolve into influencers with direct relationships to their audience. The biggest signal on earth is still free. The next chapter won't be built by algorithms alone. It'll be built by people who know how to create connection. Just mark my words. The comeback's already started.
So I like
crazy.
The end of what he said.
It's already started.
Crazy.
I like the end of what he said a lot. Like, it almost seems like the future belongs to those who know how to create connection.
Yes.
Which I think we echo that. Like, I feel like every podcast, like
every episode we've echoed that, which is just confirmation of you know, the thought process behind it all. He hit the nail on the head with, because I think especially we're in that transitionary period right now where everyone was saying AI is going to replace X, Y, and Z, and we've seen where history repeats itself. Where that's not going to be the case. Things are just going to be evolved and reinvented.
Yeah, and I think that every artist, should take heed to that, where he was saying great industries learn how to like evolve. And so I think that's something that artists should be aware of as well, where if you're kind of stuck in your current ways, and it's not, and it's not that you just want to throw everything out and just kind of completely just reimagine all of what you do as an artist, but you do need to be aware of, like, what is the market doing? How are our listeners engaging with the music? Like, and letting that at least influence your and not even influence, allowing the awareness to inform whatever decisions you make moving forward.
100%, 100%, and pivot.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and learn how to evolve and pivot, because that was something that I had to do early on, because I was noticing a couple of things, before I left the label. That one, like streaming was starting to go down, shows were starting to go down, my interest was starting to go down. You know what I mean, for some of the traditional stuff with the artistry. But what was my evolution was kind of where I arrived with learning how to get my music in TV and film, and then building a whole career and business around it. That was 6 years ago. That was the pivot and evolution that I underwent. And in that, I even evolved my brand, my sound. I've created other artist projects, out of the inception of all of that. And it turned out well, for me. And so I just think, if you start studying most artists that have longevity within their career, you'll start to see, even if it's micro evolutions or micro pivots, within their artist career, it's just I think, a necessity.
Absolutely. I think if you're trying to, and we've pushed the idea of what it looks like to create a sustainable career as an artist, a creative, having that as your I feel like, what's the word? The thing that you don't waver on, the hill that you won't like, that you will die on, is that you should always be prepared to pivot, to adapt, and to and he used the word reinvent, because it's literally just that.
That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah. That's the you got to be able to reinvent yourself. Usually you'll see the people who refuse to reinvent themselves. And it starts to show, like, we see where, a lot of people who start showing their age is because they refuse to reinvent themselves and move forward and evolve. Then you get stuck in the past. You know what I'm saying? So it's very pivotal, no pun intended, that you reinvent yourself to establish sustainability and connection, which is huge.
I feel like Kanye's a good example.
I was gonna say Kanye. Kanye's a great example. And what's so crazy about reinventing himself? Kanye's, I feel like he's in a constant reinvention of himself, because Kanye just does whatever he wants when he wants. For
better or for worse.
For better or for worse. If he thinks something is cool and he enjoys it, he moves forward with it. And the culture follows behind it.
I think that's one of the, I would say, redeemable things. Like, he, because with all of, Kanye's ups and downs and, just silliness and, amazing innovations that he comes out with, I think one thing you can't take away from him is his commitment to just growth within his creativity, his confidence of what, his confidence in being able to land on his feet when it comes to just his ideas, you know what I mean? And I think artists could learn from that in a way where, take the good, with the bad, or what is it? Take the meat, spit out the bone type stuff. But he's just, his whole career, he's just done it and been very. He hasn't been afraid, I think, is what it is. Probably a better way to say it, like, to evolve and try new things. And because even when Jesus dropped, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't, and I was and am a Kanye fan, but it's just like, I didn't really rock with Yeezy or Yeezus, excuse me, when it first came out. But as I I don't even know when it started to like make sense for me. It's like, I actually kind of understand what he's doing now, and I like this way more than I did when I first came out. But
yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Black Skinheads is on Yeezus, right?
Yep.
And that's the standard of our industry.
Yeah, I mean, there was a time where you would see black skinhead briefs all the time for ads looking for this type of sound. Like he just
nonstop.
Yeah.
And when we first heard it, I was like, man, Kanye, what is this? What is this mess?
Yeah.
Which is what we've also harped on, like reinventing yourself. Sometimes that progress is on the other side of what might seem cringy in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might not fit, but sometimes it takes that uncomfortable moment to, progress, which is what we've seen. Yeah.
Love it. All right. In film and entertainment news, got a star-studded cast for The Children of Blood and Bone. I want to check out this trailer real quick. I actually admittedly don't know much about this, Frank, so you might have to.
Yeah, so one of the main things that is around this right now, the controversy right now, is Damson Idris was not chosen as Black Panther.
Okay,
but he is playing.
What is he played in? Who is how you say his name again?
Damson Idris.
Damson Idris. Like, what else did he play in? What would people know him from?
He was in F1. He's famously known as Franklin in Snowfall. Yes,
Kamani just body.
Yeah, killed it, bro. Absolutely kills. If you haven't seen Snowfall, bro, it's a must watch. I think I've seen all 4 seasons probably 4 times.
Oh shoot, that's like FX and Hulu, right? Is that
on Hulu? Killed it
on Hulu. Okay, yeah.
So the world wanted him to be Black Panther. So there's some controversy around that, but this movie has some. When you see the trailer, it has some heavy, some big actresses.
I thought it was.
Yeah, it looked like it. You know what I'm saying? They got Beyonce on the trailer.
Yeah. Hold on, let's run this real quick.
And you'll see it looks very Black Panther-esque from the jump.
My daughter, you must not be afraid.
That's my heart.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Through our people. You were born with a gift greater than you know. But those who feared our power took it away from us. I know you miss her. Your powers may be gone, but that does not change who you are.
Oh, they got what you call it in there?
Magic is a festering disease. Purge it! Heed my words. You are the future king. That is not the
there he is.
King I want to be. For years I have trained you. Because I believe you are the one. You can bring magic back.
Look at that.
Wait a minute.
Right?
Wait a minute. Did they have the purple submersion?
The purple submersion thing, bro. Yeah, like
bro. This is like
oh my god.
This is Black Panther, dog. What are we doing?
This is Black Panther, bro.
This is like the spinoff. Like if they had a Black Jaguar or something. I don't know. It's like
Black Jaguar is insane, dog.
Yeah, it's when they got Viola Davis in here. I saw there's a lot of other actors. Actually, the one of the other actresses that I saw in here, she was in Woman King with Viola Davis.
Yes.
I can't recall her name. She was in the earlier part of the trailer.
Right. She's also in Marvel.
What is she in? Like
she was in the Captain Marvel movie.
Yeah. She was like the best friend or something like that.
The best friend.
Yeah.
And then the dude is also in Doctor Strange. He's he was friends with Strange and then ended up turning bad.
Oh yeah. I forget. Yeah, he was in that Backrooms movie that just came out.
Yes, he was in the Backrooms movie too.
I'm horrible with names, but I know people that were like, he was in this movie.
I don't know. I don't even know his name. I know what movie he's in.
Yeah, but he's in Doctor Strange for sure. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's just crazy to see like how many of them were in Marvel movies, and then he wanted Damson Idris to be in it, and something happened clearly, and he's playing. Come on, he's playing T'Challa like in a different universe. That's what he's the son of the king. It's the same thing.
This is a metaverse situation.
It is. The thing is, like, I'm gonna go out to support it. I'm gonna go watch it. But I just think it looks dope. They got a high profile trailer. Like they got Beyonce on the trailer.
Do you think that takes away from it? Like, or you think it helps it that it feels so Black Panther-ish?
I think I do think it helps it and it hurts it at the same time, because I think this style of movie garners a lot of African American viewership. We're gonna go watch it. Because of that, and you got Viola Davis in there, Damson Idris, them two alone are going to bring in fans to the box office. Yeah. But it does feel a lot like Black Panther, and I think the controversy surrounding Black Panther and us wanting Damson, I'm pretty sure. I think some people are going to feel weird about that. I don't know if it's going to stop them from going to watch it though.
Nah, I'll go see this joint. You know what I mean?
I'll go see it.
It looks interesting, but I just don't want to be thinking Black Panther the whole time. It's like I would almost wanted a little bit of separation where maybe it's doing something we hadn't seen before, at least based off of the trailer. I don't know anything about the storyline, and but on the surface, it reminds me a lot of Black Panther, which I'm sure
a lot of Black Panther
ignorant to, but
And instead of just giving us Damson as Black Panther, we got this.
We did.
Is that gonna help or hurt it? Who knows?
We'll see. But shout out to them, man. I think it's
shout out. Yeah, it looks dope.
Yeah, I like movies that look interesting, and I have a gut check. You know what I mean? Like, and this is I guess why I enjoy the space that we're in so much, because the trailer does a lot of heavy lifting, at least for the first impressions of what I think about this potential movie. You know what I mean? And a good trailer can even sell a bad movie and create a lot of hype. Even around a bad movie. But anyway, good art will prevail regardless. So
it would, and the trailer was fire, so I can't even be mad at it.
Yeah, the trailer was solid. So
yeah,
I want to look up who did that trailer. What trailer house?
Yes, sir.
One. Yeah. All right, let's keep it moving. We got this was interesting in current events tech news. Japan. They built a backpack that cuts 75% of your body weight, so jumping feels effortless. Let me show y'all what we talk about.
Hey, listen. I bought 2 of them things. I'm a big guy. I'm finna be.
Dang.
Look at that. Look at that.
Got him.
Let me see. Does it have is it a slide? Okay.
Like...
It's got other. Oh
hey,
wait, no.
insane.
It's telling you how it's working. Okay, hold on. Let me expand this a little bit. All right. So it's called
Lunavity. That is Lunavity.
How it actually works: 16 rotors lift up to 110 pounds. It cancels about 75% of your body weight on your leg. Your own legs still do the jumping. Higher jumps, longer hang time. I wonder if they create like a sport out of this somehow. Dog,
see, and here's the catch, bro. And I hate bringing everything back to AI. All right.
Oh man.
Imagine this though. Imagine, and this is how it feels, bro. Imagine I got this suit on right now, bro. I'm a solid 300 pounds, right?
Right.
I put this suit on, bro, and I start taking basketball careers because now I can jump because I got this suit on, bro. That's insane, bro. I'm jumping out the gym.
Nah, I got
the. Come on.
I feel like though this is. I mean, if you're gonna do this in sports, this is gonna be a whole nother league. You know what I mean? Like. You ain't just finna show up on the court with this on. They're gonna let you run. You know what I mean?
Yeah, height means nothing anymore, bro.
Nah,
like I can jump 10 feet for sure.
This finna be NBA Street Volume 3.
Come on, bro. That's insane.
Yeah, that's
insane.
Now, who is this for? Is the question. No, somebody said no fall damage.
What's dope is that they're showing somebody get out of a wheelchair, which that's fire to me.
That's weird to me though. Like their legs still don't work though.
But imagine if they got like that.
Their legs still don't work though. So they finna be off the ground just pushing.
Stop.
They finna have the hand plant off the ground. My bad. Like
bro, this is bad. They wheel real quick and just.
Somebody said one glitch. Somebody said one glitch and you going into space.
Yeah, you go into space.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hold on, I'm trying to the comments usually don't let you down. Go ahead, my bad.
They don't let you down. No, I'm seeing it. Hey, that's facts. It's gonna be Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon for real. We gonna get rid of this. That's hilarious.
That's what I'm saying. Like, who is this for? Like, where practically. Hold on, let me stop sharing my screen. Like, what
maybe if you, I would say, okay, maybe you're in a wheelchair and your legs are not strong enough to support your weight. You can still move, but your legs are not strong enough to support your weight.
You just see a dude hovering down the street, his legs just dragging and scraping the back.
Stop. No.
I'm like, that's what's like. I'm trying to think, like, legit, who is this for?
Who is this be for? Is crazy.
How would you? Because I don't. I'm trying to think out of it just being novelty. You know what I mean? Because this feels like the Apple Vision Pros. You know what I mean? It's not a necessity type device. It's just a really cool idea. It's dope. We could do this, but like, how does this really? Yeah, because I can see like. Jetpacks kind of make sense, you know what I mean? Like it's a different mode of transportation. It's almost like in the category like flying cars. You can get to somewhere a little bit more efficient, go over traffic. Like, you know, I can see a jetpack. I could also see like, well, I was gonna say like those little like wave boards in the ocean or something like that, but that's still novelty. Like I'm just trying to think of like the practical use. Like who is this
practical use? There is none. Let's keep it up. Hey, you know what they're gonna do? This was gonna happen. You know that Neo robot that they coming out with?
Yeah.
You can attach that to your Neo robot, and then now they can just like, oh, you need me to take something up the stairs?
Maybe
he could just fly up that mug. You know, that'd be sick.
Maybe it's like, all right. So I'm trying to think of some real world. Like maybe you're a contractor or, and you gotta do some roofing work or something like that. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
ladders are done.
Ladders are done.
Come on,
wipe out the whole ladder industry.
Facts, they out of there.
Yeah, I mean, you can just Mario your way up to the roof. You know what I mean? And then I guess if you
said Mario your way up to the roof. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then if you accidentally, lose your footing and you just kind of on your way, off the side of the roof, maybe it can.
That is true.
Parachute your landing a little bit because you got this big ass fan, over your head.
Yeah, over your head. And when you get that new house and you got the 12-foot ceilings, babe, I got it.
Yeah,
strap up and
because I got a tree out here that I've been wanting to cut some limbs down, but I guess this really wouldn't work because there's a big old fan over you. So you just finna like you do one leap up and then branches catch that fan and you just
you're cooked. You out of there.
And you in the neighbor's pool.
The accidents that are going to happen from this is going to be nuts.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, nah. We'll see. Human drones is not It's not in my bingo card.
We should have did a heat check for this one. I don't know if this is hot or not. Hot or not. That's what we need to do for our heat checks. We need to start seeing if these are hot or not inventions.
In fact, if some tech is fire is useful or not. Yeah, because
kind of like
y'all know any use cases, write it in the comments. Make me laugh in the comments.
We should have did a hot or not for that that new cell phone you got.
That joint fire. It's hot. What you talking about?
I need the Iceman cover.
Come on, that joint's tough, bro.
All right, yeah. Let's keep it moving real quick. JP had a slide out. JPL, it's all good. Appreciate you.
All good. Appreciate you sliding, man.
We could talk gaming real quick.
Yeah.
And then maybe we'll close out with Sync after we go to the topic on the docket.
Perfect. Sounds good.
All right. Mr. T-Pain.
Teddy Payne.
Is that what it stands for?
Yep.
I didn't know
Teddy
that.
Payne. Yep.
All right, man. Well, in gaming news, Mr. Teddy Payne. Apparently, I guess he said, hold on, T-Pain reveals he was banned from playing GTA.
Yep, RP.
What is that?
So RP is, which is very interesting now that I'm reading it.
Let me refresh this.
Yeah, RP is like the role-playing version of Grand Theft Auto. So you can go in there and on PC, you could be a cop, you could be a doctor, you could be a drug dealer, a mercenary, a hitman, all using the GTA game as the blueprint or the base of it all. So there are some modders out there. Popular ones is Red M and 5M.
Okay.
That T-Pain was playing on, and they were like, well, since they're modders and they're not the actual, Grand Theft Auto, you got to stay off of it since you're working with us.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's hear what you're talking about here. Hold on.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even know that was a thing.
I need to be on No Pixel RP. I used to be. And then, how about this shit? I used to be on No Pixel. Then I started working on on GTA 6, and they told me I couldn't do RP anymore because it kind of goes against shit. They had this whole speech like, what if somebody took your album and re-recorded it and more people were listening to that? And I'm like, okay, I kind of did that, but I was having a good time. All right, that's fine. Then I started working on the game with them, and then they teamed up with the people that kind of like make the RP shit. Wow. I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck? Wait, bitch,
Bruh.
shit. Y'all talking about you didn't do this shit and y'all teamed up with the people that make that enable the.
That's why I love T-Pain, bro. Like,
T-Pain is great, bro.
I love that he's in this era of streaming because I feel like you get an extension of the goofiness you hear in his music. You just got to get to see where it all
you get to
really
see it in person.
from.
100%.
Yeah, dog is hilarious, man. He's just like, y'all told me to get off of it, and now y'all teaming up with the people who made it.
Yeah,
that's like the labels working with Suno kind of thing, right?
Bro, that's exactly what that is to the T. Which is dope to even. Here's the crazy part: the fact that GTA is they acquired 5M and Red M means that exactly what we thought about Grand Theft Auto, which he said more than what we're saying. Exactly what we thought about Grand Theft Auto, they're probably implementing. Like, if you want to be a hitman, you can.
Okay.
If you want to be a gangster and sell drugs, you can. Like, it's like GTA 6. The customization about to be crazy.
Yeah,
he kind of confirmed that.
I'm so like I'm catching up to some of this gaming stuff. That's why I like us doing some of these segments because essentially you can build your own kind of game off of the foundation of GTA or something like that. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. So they use the whole map, the character design, everything around it, and then the modders add in like. T Grizzly uses like 5M or Red M, and you can create your own server using GTA the game. It looks like GTA, but if I want to add in a Dodge Charger or a Model Y, you can add that into the game via a mod. So it just opens up the possibilities.
That's crazy.
So it's about to be nuts. GTA is about to, and T-Pain's working on it.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some crazy stuff on there.
Yeah, I'm curious. Like, I mean, it's how many years has it been since we got the last GTA? GTA dropped
probably like 11, 12 years.
Yeah, because GTA 5
probably like
dropped
2014.
Right. Which I watched a really good GTA documentary over the weekend.
Word.
As we were driving to the beach. Yeah, it was like an hour and a half long. It was like a legit documentary. It was really good.
Yeah.
So you kind of got to see it, the evolution. Anyway, so much as I think gaming wise is, and even culture wise is progressed since that time. And I'm trying to think, how much was like Twitch and this whole streaming economy, like these gamer
not as big,
right?
Wasn't as big when it first came out. Yeah,
which, yeah, I mean, but I guess it was definitely not as big. But they had like, what was it, bro's son in GTA 5? Wasn't he like a gamer or something like that? Like he would sit at home playing games all the time in the storyline.
Oh, in the game, Mike's son.
In the game. Yeah. So
yeah,
I'm just curious how that.
We'll see. I think we're gonna get an influx of new streamers, new content, all because of a video game. Like we're gonna see some things change. Sponsorships, getting a song in GTA might be even like a lucrative. Like it's, I think the sky's the limit.
One thing I found out when I was watching that GTA documentary, they were talking about how, again, it goes my argument for Vice City. Like Vice City, prior to Vice City, they were creating all of the music. Like they had a small team, and they were kind of makeshifting and piecing together the soundtracks that you heard on the different radio stations. They might have licensed some music, but I don't think it was a very noteworthy volume if they did. But they were, creating a lot of it. But when Vice City came around, that was the first time they really did licensing at the scale that they did with really high profile, noteworthy music. And it was because I think it was Dan Houser, I think it's his name, the Houser brothers or whatever, that created the GTA franchise, whatever. They started out at BMG, which, in our industry, BMG, for what they do on the publishing side of music. They had an interactive division that ended up creating, the first, I think it was the first GTA. I don't know if they did the GTA 1 or GTA 2, but either way, during their time there with BMG, after they sold it, the creators went with it. But when they were when they were ready to start licensing music, he was pulling on his relationships that he had made over at BMG, and his time spent. He just was learning the music industry. So he was able to kind of, negotiate and pull some favors and get, that catalog in. But what I found was interesting is that they not only did they license high profile, but they weren't like perpetual licenses. So when like after a while, those licenses start to expire. So they had to reissue like the newer versions of the games that don't have, say, like Michael Jackson. When Michael Jackson was in the version that you had, if you were post 2000 whatever, you know what I mean, like,
and you bought it,
it wasn't in there. So and I can't remember what they did to remedy that, but I was thinking about it. I was like, wow, that's so interesting. And I'm curious how their deals change moving forward with San Andreas, with GTA 5 and what it'll be like now. Like, I'm assuming they're probably doing some form of perpetual license, but with
they're probably doing some exclusive stuff.
Yeah, man, like it's got to be a lot of bread they're probably shelling out, which they spent $1 billion on this game, but I imagine they'll recoup that within like the first week of this game dropping.
If they haven't already recouped half of it off of pre-orders alone, they're going to get it.
And they were saying too, like it's funny. I've never played GTA Online, but they said that joint's pulled in like, I think it was like $5 billion or something like that.
That's
like, just
insane.
From and they were saying like it was only like 4% of the users or the players actually make up the majority of the sales that they're getting. You know what I mean? Like,
jeez.
which is insane to think about. You know what I mean? Like
it's not actually
only 4% of people are making up like billions of dollars. Is crazy to me. You know what I mean? So
it's insane. I just
what a wild franchise.
It's wild. Yeah. Even when you start saying billions of dollars from a single game, usually gaming studios might see billions off of 10 to 15 IPs.
Yeah,
to have one.
The gaming industry like crushes any other like industry. You know what I mean? Like in the entertainment space, if I'm not mistaken. Like
which is
it's
wild.
unmatched. Like, and GTA is the second highest grossing game. The only, you know what the top one is?
Nah.
Minecraft.
Oh, I can see that. I can see Minecraft.
And I've never played Minecraft before. It's
really?
I
just bought my son. I bought my son a Minecraft mod bi-weekly, bro.
Okay.
Like he wants something. Yeah,
it's just not my generation. Why. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a little, but it's still wild to me. Like and we were having that conversation last episode where we were asking, like, is GTA kind of the GOAT out of, for gaming? And it's kind of hard to argue, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know any other gaming, like, I don't know any other game that has this type of pull where they just drop an announcement about a trailer and everybody's going ballistic, you know what I mean?
Loses
like,
it. We still don't even know what the game looked like. Let's keep it a beam. Still.
Yeah, man. And it's just wild to think about.
That's nuts. That's crazy, actually.
And it's not even, and I'm just curious. We're just hanging on this for longer than I anticipated, but like,
yeah.
This whole idea of like, not only are they like relevant, but I mean they've been relevant like for like 20 plus years probably that they've been around.
Easily,
and they've sustained it for that long, and so it's not a fluke, you know what I mean, what they're building. Because it's hard to stay at the top for that long. You know what I mean?
Man.
Like, you got to have some really great minds and great people and great strategy behind creating a game that people still are
obsessed with.
You know what I mean? And I was learning too early on, they were like, the first version of GTA was like a cops and robbers thing where I think you had the choice to play like the police or the criminal.
I think it was top down too. Like
it was, it was top down. You could play the police or the criminal, and it wasn't. I don't even think it was originally like Dan Houser's and them's like idea. I think it was another company that came to them with it, and they just kind of evolved it. But he had it's almost like Elon and like PayPal. Like PayPal, like Elon actually kind of gets. If I think it's PayPal. Yeah, like he kind of gets heralded as like, starting PayPal and all this kind of stuff, and bringing it to what we know it as today. But it wasn't. He didn't originally create PayPal. Somebody else did. If I got my companies right, but he ended up basically helping it to go to the moon type stuff. So he became the engine behind it, the idea person behind it. Same thing I feel like with the original GTA. And so you could play either the cop or the robber, and they were like, it's no fun being the police officer because you just kind of had to abide by certain rules.
Who wants to be the cop?
Nah, man. So they tapped into demon mode, you know what I mean, with everybody in culture, because
man,
we out here just like you get points for running people over type stuff. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Which is nuts.
Yeah,
which is crazy. Like it's a global phenomenon, and I'm excited to. I just want to get my hands on the actual game, bro. So we'll see.
Yeah.
It's gonna be dope.
Let's pivot. Let's get into today's topic on the docket. You want to introduce it, man?
Yes, sir. The main topic which is a great question. It's real. It does hit close to home. Would you still make music if you weren't being paid?
Mm-hmm.
That is a great question, especially as a full-time artist. I think we're in a unique position to where there are moments where, I mean, to sustain it, there are some things that you do out of necessity and duty, more so than just out of straight, creative juices flowing.
Yeah.
I do wonder. And I have some questions listed out here that we can tackle that would move the needle.
Okay.
One of the first questions is, what did music give you before it could give you money?
I think music made me feel early on like seen and accepted.
Yeah.
If I'm thinking as my earliest, because, I started music because of my oldest brother. He had a, rap group, and I was just trying to be like him. And I think it just made me feel like, even in the eyes of my brother, like I'm doing something that he's kind of doing, and this is what is cool. And and then after a while, it kind of evolved into my own thing. But I was always a creative kid, so it was just another thing for me to, explore creatively. So yeah, I think that's what it gave me early on. What about you?
No, it's so crazy, bro. It's gonna sound like the same story, but it definitely made you feel like. It made me feel like I had a voice. There was an aspect, and I still feel like it to this day sometimes outside of the pod. If I wanted somebody to listen to what I had to say, I had to be rapping or singing. You know what I'm saying? Like if I had to a viewpoint on a topic, that's how I would get it out. But it all started because my older brother was in a rap group called the Young Riders. Which is so crazy. They was called the Young Riders. Yeah. In middle school.
My brother's his rap group was called E Nation, which stood for Equilibrium Nation.
That's crazy.
Hella,
they was awesome. Was they conscious rappers?
There was also some lyrical miracle, right?
Some lyrical miracle, spiritual stuff. Yeah, bro. And I'll never forget, man. One time, now mind you, I've had like music. My dad growing up was a musician. So they had let me rap on one of their records, and I'm way younger than them. I'm probably like 3 grades behind them.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, this is fire." So I kept rapping songs with them moving forward, and I was probably like 13 at the time, maybe 12.
Yeah.
And from there, it kind of just evolved.
Yeah.
Into what it was now. Now, mind you, definitely was not doing it for money then. There's a social aspect of it that it became.
Yeah.
Like with them specifically, like they are all rappers, so to be cool amongst them, you got to be a good rapper. You know what I'm saying? So you study the art from there, just to be cool and have that. And then that evolved into my circles, also being other musicians.
Yeah, I think it's a big community. Well, even before I go there, I think just hip hop in general, it kind of like helps idealize, like, I don't know, idealize, but it just paints this image of what you could be. You know what I mean? It's like you're larger than life. You got all of the, all eyes on you. It gives you. It allows you to extrovert like introverted thoughts in in a format that's a little bit more acceptable and probably ways you wouldn't say in normal conversation. You know what I mean? You can garner attention and respect and notoriety, all this kind of stuff from it. So it's just the celebrities are always what we aspire towards. It's like they have the value. Right.
They have their life that you want to live. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, hip hop does that.
It does. And I do think, in terms of like why, at least for me, when I was making the music, the social aspect, the community aspect of it, I do think that in this space, it is a unique moment when you do find a community of like-minded people on this side of the music industry and making music in this way. When you're like a regular artist, you can go to a open mic. I hate saying a regular artist, but I hope y'all know what I mean. Like the traditional route of being an artist outside of sync. So this can apply to anyone. But in my space currently, like finding other people who may be, sync focused, that is a unique community, and it is dope to see now where more people are in it. We got communities like Rep.Indie. We have we have not conventions, a lot of events and stuff, conferences. We have a lot of conferences and stuff around it, so the community around it is building, and it is dope to see. So I am getting that feeling again where it's like, all right, cool. It's like this community that you want to be around, which was the initial reason why I made music, was that part of that community.
Yeah.
So that was,
this is going to be a bit of a sad turn, but I was talking literally probably like an hour or two ago to one of my homies who I've known for years, like since I moved down here to Florida. Actually, before I moved down here to Florida, it's like 06, 07 or something like that. We connected on MySpace. But anyway, I was chatting with him, and we were just having a conversation because we just found out, literally, like I found out yesterday that one of my, like the first friend that I made down here when I moved to Florida, she just passed away, like very unexpectedly. And it was really sad because she was, she was pregnant, like they were expecting and all this other kind of stuff. And so, super, super sad, but we were, talking about it earlier and just kind of reminiscing on the scene that we had around her, because she was a musician as well. And now she gets to, sing in the ultimate, choir above. But she was, deep love for music. And there was a lot of events that would go on in the Central Florida area at the time, like 2012s, that whole 20 teens kind of era.
Yeah.
And it just felt like, there was always something going on. There was always a way to, tap into an event or a show or open mic or something. And through that, I mean, even that, like how we ended up getting connected as well, you and I, like, we just had a really unique, I think, space and community, even across city lines. But it's all central around music, you know what I meat? At the end of the day, music and faith, but music kind of, also gave us a way to bond and connect.
Yeah, I think that is the real. It's just to answer the whole question. That is what, that feeling is what, as a musician, that you want to continue to cultivate, and it is why you would create music, without getting paid. I think, like, if you were like, hey, let's all get together, we're gonna have a camp, let's make songs together, I mean, just that camaraderie and being around those people would be the reason why, you would go and do something for free. I think this, to segue into it, did getting paid from our music make us love music more, or did we find ourselves loving it a little less? I know we talked about, like, the anxiety of, making this your full-time, your gig, or relying on the monetary side of it, can add anxiety, because it's like these projects have deadlines and you got people that, got to be satisfied with your output. Did getting paid make you love music more and love it less?
And I'll add to that too. To the question, like, does not only getting paid, but also does the requirement seemingly of how to grow and sustain a music career change your relationship and interest to how you make music, or just, just making music in general? You know what I mean? Like, does it kind of, I've heard stories like that where artists who super passionate about the art, the craft, realizing what it takes to build, like something, substantial and noteworthy. And it just kind of discourages them from even doing it all together. It's just like, man,
100%.
Yes, I know homies who again, their journey went went a different direction than mine's, but I know they're not doing music anymore, even though I know it's still in them. I mean, there's still that itch there, but I don't know. It'd be a good question for them. Like, what is their relationship with music now? Like, what it took to kind of make it pop off just kind of discourage them from making music anymore, or was there other things, just life evolving? Honestly, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think if they're being 100% honest with themselves, like a lot of times when we do see people who have that strong desire to do music, I do think the surrounding aspects of it does make you love it less, and it causes you to pivot out. You know what I'm saying? I do think this is a great opportunity in terms of having the conversation of what that balance would actually look like for somebody that might be on the outside listening, that has always wanted to, but you hated the process so much that it made you leave music. Because we've seen, I think I've seen that more often than I've seen the other side, where people just give up because they don't like the process of it. And seeing an independent artist, what would I tell them? I would tell them that ultimately, if your love for making music doesn't cause you to put yourself into some uncomfortable situations, then you have to ask yourself, how much do you actually love it? You know? And in regards to getting paid, I love making music so much that if I have to rap about these sync topics to make my family also be taken care of, and I get to do music at the end of the day, I think that that's a win. So for me, it would make me love it more.
Yeah,
even if I'm not making what I want to make.
Yeah, like I think if I were to answer the question, does like once I started making money with my music, did that change my relationship with the love of making music, just for the love of it, like how it was before I started to monetize. And yeah, I mean, I kind of feel, I do feel like it's made me enjoy what I do way more. Like getting a paycheck, for my art feels good, and it makes me want to keep making music. But also, I mean, but the other question is, if I wasn't getting paid, would I still make music? That's a really good question, to be honest, because it's almost similar to, and a part of me almost feels like it would be no, or at least not at any real significant quality or quantity, mainly because, or at least not as a prioritized, pursuit. And it's because of, I'm doing this off of data, because I used to do design and branding and all that other kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And stopped doing that for music because, one, I had to, I gave myself the permission to choose, but also I wasn't really making as much as I would have liked to on the design side or on the music side. I just chose one, and music ended up winning out. But I don't do design. Like, I haven't done design in like years for fun. You know what I mean? This is actually the first season of my life where I feel like I'm back in that bag, but it's even still hard to say that because this is still business attached to it, because I'm designing my artwork for my album and stuff. So even still, I guess the answer probably would still be no. I think, because I don't know what it would look like if I just would, like, I feel like I would need to do something creative. So that's probably a better answer to it, because if it wasn't music, if it wasn't design, I'd probably be doing something creative. Yeah, it just may not be those two things, because I'm just a multi-hyphenate, you know what I mean? But I may dabble in some of those, every now and then, but But also it's hard for me to see myself outside of the creative industry. You know what I mean? Like,
right, altogether.
Yeah. So
like I ain't about to go work at a bank. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, nah, I'm not. I mean, and no, just because, my parents, I guess, did a good job of making me feel like it was okay to pursue that. And I'm
love
also
that.
very aligned with how I'm wired and what my gifts are and what I think my purpose is. And a part of that is creating, you know what I mean? And so I would probably always find myself there. I would probably have to just be a different person, at the end of the day, if I didn't end up doing something art related even if it's just, I'm in the industry, maybe I'm not like creating, maybe I'm just on the executive or administrative side or something like that, but I'm still in the creative industry. You feel me?
Yeah. I think what you just said is the beautiful side of it. And a practical takeaway for our listeners, if you're listening, like, knowing who you are, what you just said, like you clearly know who you are, you know what your purpose is and what you would enjoy. And that is the driving force for why you do what you do, which is fire.
Yeah.
And I think the same for me, like, I can't see myself doing anything outside of this or outside of the scope because I do love it that much, and finding the purpose in it is the beautiful side of like why we do what we do. And I do think no matter how you swing it, money is attached to that. Like, I don't know. It's if you chase something else creatively in the business of just creating art. I forgot the quote where they say, chase what you love and the don't chase money, but chase what you love and then money will follow. It's real. And I think when you just have your mindset on that, your purpose, and you chase after that, the money does come. So it is a nuanced question to ask both of us. Like, would I do this for no money? I mean, it's hard to say that because no matter how I pivot, if I chase the creativity and express that with the world, most of the time there's a company, an opportunity, a person that's going to come back with some monetary value from that. So it's very hard to say. Well, no, I could say, if I can agree with you, if there was no money attached to it, I would initially say no. But I do think that I would then still find myself doing something creatively, even though I say no to that.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking about it now. Like, some of my homies who I know, like, they work, like, some of them actually do work at a bank. You know what I mean? Like, or they're doing finance. Or doing something. Yeah, I know some folks who gone into that.
I wasn't taking a shot at y'all.
Nah.
Bank, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, context.
Yeah. Like, I mean, we probably need to link up with y'all more than anything, because a lot of these indies need some funding anyway. But
facts.
Yeah, it's just thinking about, like, what would life look like if art wasn't as central as it is to my vocation. You know what I mean? Like, it reminds me a little bit of, I don't know if I've talked about it on a past episode, but a book I read years ago called Big Magic. It was by the same lady who wrote Eat, Pray, Love. There was a story about a figure skater who was, she had ambitions to be like number one, like the greatest, you know what I mean? Like, and it wasn't a fanciful kind of dream. Like, she put in a lot of work. She had been training since a young age. Like, she had checked all of the boxes seemingly to be positioned to like exceed in her, in that career path. And for whatever reason, like, she just couldn't get beyond a certain ceiling of, I'm AAU, but I'm not NBA. You know what I mean? Or I'm
right.
overseas international hooping, but I ain't never make it to the majors type stuff. You know what I mean? It's like she was noteworthy and to a certain extent, but it just wasn't. You get what I'm saying? So she ended up just like hanging it all up. You know what I mean? She hung it all up, but over the years, she started to really feel like there was just this gap. You know what I mean? This void kind of there. And she didn't have the type of fulfillment that she, I guess, once did or just was longing for. She couldn't figure it out until and this is kind of the point of this whole story that the author was bringing out, was that sometimes we put too much pressure on our gifts to actually monetize for us, that we end up removing ourselves for the reason that the gifts were given to us. You know what I mean? So I believe like our gifts are just that, they're gifts, you know what I mean? And so I think they're for us first, and then, you know, for the world, and we learn and grow through our gifts. And so that's why, like, she ended up, the moral of the story, the wrapping up, the conclusion, everything, like, she ended up like getting her ice skates back, like just doing it for the love of it. And she just kind of found, I guess, whatever she was looking for through that. But it always stood out to me because, you know, I'm thankful that I've been able to find a way to, you know, through education, through training, through mentors, through God, like all of the things that came together to help me to come to a place where I can feed my family off of my art. Like, I'm very thankful for it. And I know that's not the case for everybody. And we created this podcast to help, you know, bridge that gap so that it become more of a, you know, of a success story for more artists. Because it's possible. And I think, and that's the side of me where I just believe like kind of anything is possible. I just have that,
agreed,
you know, delusion at times, which you need it to actually get to
you
those.
You gotta be a little delusional.
Yeah, man. But I'm but it is that other side of it where even if for some reason it's just not in the cards, life just doesn't pan out, you know, in that kind of way for whatever reason, it goes back to this question, like, would you still give yourself the permission to enjoy your gifts even if it's not monetizing?
Which is the story. That story, like, I want to, what's the name of that book? I want to highlight
Big
that
Magic.
book. What's the name of that? Big Magic.
Big Magic.
Yeah, I think that every artist can resonate with that, and everyone there's going to be a moment. It's just a part of the beast of life where you're like, dang, like, is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? And I think that leads into the next like question that I had is, because outside of the money, a lot of times what other people, especially in a social media age, what we are chasing is like validation, the validation trap. And it's like, okay, well, yeah, I said I'll do it if it doesn't, you know, make money. But are you doing it for yourself, or are you doing it for the you know, the idea that you can become famous? Or is there another, you know, metric that you add into it? And the question, and just hearing that and finding fulfillment with yourself, a lot of times when you chase any of those other validation traps, that's exactly what they are. They will let you down so quick. And that's why there's a part of me that wants to be honest, where it's like, money can't be the driving force for why, you know, you're being a creative only, because there's months where you make nothing, you know? And then you have to ask yourself, like, why are you continuing to do it? Just he's hearing that story of where she quit thinking that was the, you know, the answer. And then what made her feel fulfilled was picking it back up, is an encouragement to every artist that is listening. Like, don't let go of that. Be delusional. It's okay. Go ahead.
It's so tough. It's one thing I probably, I don't say wrestle with, but it maybe wrestle is the right word. At times, if ever I'm thinking about this, it's like, is it just in the cards for some people to just never make it full time, you know, with their music, you know what I mean? Or, you know, with whatever that dream is. Cause, you know, it's just like some people, and this is, I guess, is where it kind of gets a little esoteric or whatever. Cause, you know, God has a, you know, I believe God has a plan for everybody. And the caveat is like, sometimes we don't know what that plan is ultimately, like what and where we'll end up, and we will try to force a certain outcome in our lives that may not actually be what's been planned for us, and that maybe even is the most fulfilling for us. And that's our, you know, thing to wrestle with as well, with our, especially being American, and because it's very much like all things are, and even biblically, like all things are possible, but you got to contextualize that. But also, I think culturally, there's just this belief that if you got enough hard work, enough, grit, enough persistence, consistency, like you can pretty much achieve anything and become anything. And there's a part of me that believes that, but there's also the other side of that is like, well, what if somebody's just, climbing really, really deliberately, really fast, up the right ladder on the wrong building. You know what I mean? And here's the I guess redeemable side. Like we just don't know, so it's all by faith. So I think we know in part. You know what I mean? So don't. It's one of those things like we don't have to worry ourselves into an answer to this. It's just like explore, experiment. You'll see. And I think coming at life with an open hand is the best policy. But I do know that could be a bit of a sting for some people on the surface until they find that thing maybe that they're really meant for.
That they're really good at. Yeah, no, and to answer your question, like, it sucks to say it. And I'll be the one to say it. It does suck to say it. Not everybody's going to make it. And not everybody is going to be able to do it. And that's just the way life works. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's everyone has a calling and a purpose 100%. But I will say this, and there's a lot of quote, and I live by these quotes in the back of my head a lot of times. If you believe that you can't do it, you're probably right. And there are going to be people who believe that they can't do it. And those are the people that are not going to make it. Mm-hmm. That's the people in that category from that sting of not everybody's going to make it. It's the people that didn't believe. I genuinely do believe to some sort of degree, if you believe you can do it and you apply that mindset and that drive, that you will see some form of success. It may not look like, you might not be Drake, all right, but you will see some form of success within it, because I do believe that when you believe that you could do something, you put the time in, that's the only thing that can come out on the other side of consistency. Oftentimes, if I eat in a calorie deficit, everything else is right, and I go to the gym and I do my workouts and I don't see the mirror changing, but I stay consistent. Yeah. Over time, you will see a change. You will see success. Am I gonna be The Rock? Probably, maybe not. But you will see success. And then that's in anything. So I can't logically say that won't be the case here.
Which is why I like kind of what we're doing with the podcast, because my hope is that people can find a version of success that fits them. And it doesn't. Yes. Because I feel like, it's the 1% of folk that we end up aspiring towards. So I think it's, when we look at the Drakes and the Kendricks and the Kanyes and the Jays and the Nickies and all this other kind of stuff, is like they are the 1% of success within music. Yeah. You know what I mean? But there's other tiers that are, available and could be even probably a bit less stressful and even more profitable. Yeah. And maybe not more profitable, but just the type of profit you need for your household, your family.
Facts. Yeah.
And for me, that's worth more, because I don't necessarily have like aspirations to be like a Lecrae level or a Drake level or whatever. Like my thing is always, I want to maximize my potential. Like I don't want to leave this earth without like giving my best and pursuing the version of greatness that is in alignment with what I've been given in my assignment and stuff like that. I don't want to put somebody else, because I also kind of look at people's if you want to say destinies or whatever it is, kind of like plants in a sense, where I'm like looking outside of my windows and stuff like that, and there's all different varieties of like trees. Like I got a bamboo tree over here. I got this other tree that annoys me because it sheds all the time and it puts these random little seeds all over our driveway. I hate it. And then we got another one that's in the front that's like huge, you know what I mean? And so these are all different sizes. They grow in different climates. They grow at different rates. They produce different types of outcomes, aka fruit, you know what I mean? And so it's like, if maybe you start looking at people in a similar fashion, where it's just like, maybe you are a bamboo tree, and bamboo trees historically can only grow to a certain size, length, width, whatever. And you have to stop trying to be an oak tree when that's just not how you were built. You know what I mean? And the sooner you come to that realization, you're going to thrive and be the healthiest bamboo tree that we've ever seen. And you're going to enjoy it, because bamboo trees like certain things that bamboo trees like they need a certain type of light, you know what I mean? They need a certain type of food, soil, and all this other kind of stuff. And you keep trying to, feed yourself stuff.
Man,
for
I
oak
love
tree,
that analogy. It's a fire analogy.
You're not an oak tree, you know what I mean? And so, and also too, I think a lot of this is, I'm speaking to myself, where you can root yourself in a lot of comparison and envy and jealousy and unknowingly, where you feel like, I'm supposed to look like that. You know what I mean? It's like my career is supposed to be like this, and it's just like, bro, you are perfectly, fearfully and wonderfully made. Like, you were crafted in such a way that's on purpose, intentional, and for you, and it's going to make you feel as fulfilled as you need to be fulfilled. You know what I mean? Man. It's like, imagine trying to feed a fish dog food. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just it's not going to enjoy it. Yeah, it's just not going to. It's not even that it's not for it. It's just not going to enjoy it, because it's not the type of food for you. You know what I mean? So I think the quicker we come to that reality or that realization,
that's huge, actually,
the better off we'll be. But the other side to that is just like, sometimes we don't know the type of tree we actually are, because we, again, can play ourselves small, and when we're actually an oak tree, and vice versa. But I still think it goes to the bigger point of, like, you gotta find alignment with who you are. Spend some time with yourself, spend some time with the people close to you, spend some time with your thoughts, spend some time with God, to be able to bring revelation of, like, this is what I care about. This is what doesn't seem to go away. You know what I mean? And my considerations about my career, my life, like, all that kind of stuff. This is what I keep hearing, from people about me, you know what I mean, consistently. Like, those are all context clues for potentially what you could be, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, dream is big, swing for the fences. But like, being who you were meant to be at the end of the day. So
it's huge. I feel like that analogy is it's gonna stick with me. Because even just the concept of it, like, people don't know how, like, in height and exposure, a bamboo tree is not as high as a oak tree. But bamboo also has some of the strongest contents, and
very
it might
durable.
not be flash. It's very durable. It might not be as flashy, but when bamboo is needed, you can't go and grab an oak tree. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go to the bamboo and use its strength.
Yeah.
So just that analogy is a beautiful analogy. Clap it up for that. That needs to be on a t-shirt. Because if we were to take away the money from this, and even why we have a passion to do the podcast is because to be a creative and get asked the question, would you do this for money or not? These are the things that, we would want people to grow and take away with. These are free things that we're encouraging you with. So that way you can see a sustainable career and push yourself and, encourage yourself to move forward. So even that just encouraged me a lot. And I'm going to hold on to that. Be the bamboo tree. That's just dope.
Let's go.
Man, that's tough. I like that.
I think we're at a good place to wrap it up, even though we still got another, I think, segment. But
we
might need to max at like 2 to 3 segments, because I feel like we unless we do like a Joe Budden format where we just on here for 3 hours, which we don't got.
Bro, imagine just 3 hours.
That's
3 hours long is crazy.
Like once we get to, we got a solid audience. We're really monetizing this podcast, and this is like a full-time thing. Then we can go. As long as y'all want
we could talk. We can go 4 hours. Listen.
Yeah, man. But for now, we're gonna wrap it up an hour and a half. Go ahead.
Yeah, I love it. I think that this was a good one. I think this is one of those gems, those hidden gems. If you've been following us, this episode is for you.
Yeah.
Is for the new indie, the one that might be struggling at home, figuring out what they can do for their careers. You can hear it straight from two gentlemen that have been doing it for the last better part of a decade.
Yeah.
So I would love to hear y'all stories in the comments, but that's all I got from me.
Love it, man. Yes. Same. Like, I just encourage y'all, just be you. Be you. Like, don't let what's on your left or right, like, distract you from, the greatness of purpose is, it lies inside, man. It sounds, or at times it can sound, kind of Disney, but you are you for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Whether
no amount of money gonna change that.
No other you out there. So
love that.
All right, man. Well, I guess we'll catch y'all on the next episode. If y'all got any wins, y'all can drop it in the comment section. If y'all want any, any topics y'all want us to cover, like, feel free. Shout out to the few that we had come on live with us. We'll,
appreciate that. Yes.
Yeah. But no further ado, we out,
yes,
y'all.
Sir. Peace.